Coach, thanks for the time. We appreciate it. I know you got the game coming up tonight, and we appreciate you taking some time out of the day to sit and talk with us for a little bit. Now that the offseason's done, and it's been done for the most part, or I guess these are kind of the last few days of it, when you have a game like this, obviously tied into a charity, it's a very big deal, and it's a great charity to be a part of. But for you as a manager, outside of that, you're looking at players, evaluating players, that kind of stuff. What are you looking at tonight as you get ready for this game? And I know you've got one more exhibition before the regular season gets started next week, but what in particular are you going to be looking at as the game goes on?
Well, I mean, first of all, big fan of the show, guys. I listen to you guys all the time. But really tonight is really to evaluate what we have, on the field. Looking at some arms. We brought in a few arms to take a look at and try and evaluate what fits best with what we're looking for. Got a lot of returning guys on the offensive side, so looking for them to get started a little bit. The first couple exhibitions and through inter-squad, we've kind of struggled a little bit offensively, but that's going to happen with returning players that haven't gone to spring training. So all in all today will be to get the offense going a little bit and then just evaluating some of the arms. The kid throwing tonight, Tyler Vale, real power arm with the Oakland Athletics. So looking to see him command his zone and see how he throws the ball. But just a fine-tuning of the roster. We'll probably make some releases the next couple of days, and this will be the last chance for some of these guys to showcase, and make our decision.
Well, looking over the roster, I see a few players of note that we remember from last year. Jeremy Nowak, one of them. Nick Baylog's back on there. Shane Houck, who is the Frontier League or the reigning Frontier League MVP. That was what he got at the end of last season. But a guy that got picked up by the Arizona Diamondbacks when the season was done. Tell us how he found his way back to the Otters.
It was kind of an unfortunate situation with the Diamondbacks. They as an organization, are going through some turmoil in front office. So they went out and they signed a lot of players. And, I really thought it'd be a good opportunity for Shane to get with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Real good friends with their independent scout, Chris Carminucci. But, he got out there. They had way too many players in camp. He didn't really get the opportunity that I thought it was going to be. So they released him without giving him much of a chance to make the club. So unfortunately for Shane, but lucky for us, he had plenty of opportunities to go a lot of other places, and he chose to come back to Evansville. So it's a credit to him, coming back to a place that gave me the opportunity last year and also got him picked up. But just a quality character guy, Shane is, and not a bad hitter, as you can tell from his numbers last year.
Right.
Well, don't cut yourself short there, Coach. That's a credit to you as well when a player decides to come back, and that means he's got the respect for you as well, because like you say, they can go play where they want to play. The roster, you brought that up. This is a tough time of the season, but it's part of your job. What is your roster right now, and how much does it have to be cut down by, and what's the deadline for the season roster?
Sure. We're permitted by league rules to bring in 34 is the total we're allowed to bring in. Then we are allotted 2 slots from the California Winter League and 2 slots from the Frontier League training camp. So a total of 38 would be coming into camp. I only brought 36 in, and we have to be at 28 by Sunday and 24 by Tuesday. The rosters have to go in by Wednesday. So, this is a rough couple of days here. Just some really tough decisions on who we want to go with and who we are choosing to go with. Most of the players have really had a good camp, and there's some tough decisions to be made the next couple of days. But, unfortunately, that's the worst part of my job. But I guess can't all be wins and playing the game. But, I like the guys we brought in. We just got to get some work done and some tough decisions to be made here the next day or so.
We're talking with Evansville Otter Manager Andy McCauley. It's Ford and O'Brien on ESPN Evansville 105.3, ESPN Evansville.com. I'll get that right. It'll take me a little bit to spit it out, but I'll get it there. Coach, you got, again, this game tonight, this Jacobs Village game has, I believe this is the 10th year, I think, that it's been going on. A great cause. Yeah. A lot of money goes back all the money goes back into the charity. And as a manager, you've been around a little bit. This is kind of a special deal, is it not?
It absolutely is. I mean, I've been a lot of different places in independent baseball and different types of charity fundraisers, but this by far is absolutely my favorite. To play a game where 100% of the proceeds go back to Jacobs Village. We've done it 10 years. Unfortunately, last year there was that monsoon that hit Evansville and Bossey Field last year, so it was postponed. But it was almost like getting a fireworks show there that night because there was lightning and torrential downpours, even some hail. So, but no, it's just a great great charity. It's a great night. It gives our front office and game day staff a chance to do kind of a dry run before the season, doing some of the promotions on the field, making sure that that's running smooth. So it's a win-win-win all the way around, and I get to evaluate a little more talent with the pressures in the feel of a hometown crowd. So it's really a win-win all the way across the board. But the big winner, of course, is the money we raised for Jacobs Village.
Talking to Evansville Otters manager Andy McCauley on the Menard Studio Hotline. And we mentioned some of the guys you got coming back at Baylog and Hauk and Nowak, but some of the newer guys that maybe fans want to keep an eye on that we may be talking about as the season gets underway here next week.
Yeah, right. Yeah, last year we moved 5 guys on the organization, 4 of them being pitchers, and I really think some of these new guys have a chance to get moved on pretty quick as well. Coming in new, like I mentioned, Tyler Vale, he'll be throwing tonight. Was a 4th-round or 5th-round pick with the Oakland A's. Just a young kid that just ran out of time with the A's and looking to get with another organization. So Tyler Vale will be something to keep an eye on. Also, we just signed left-handed starter Ephraim Nieves. He's pitched in the World Baseball Classic with Puerto Rico. He's pitched in the Puerto Rican Winter League. He was with Toronto last year in the Florida State League. Really a crafty lefty with a lot of composure and experience. So those would be the 2 pitchers. And then, of course, returning are Preston Olson and Will Oliver, 2 right-handed pitchers that started for me last year that did a great job. So that pretty much rounds out the starting rotation. But really have some good arms in camp, and hoping to get these guys straight and get them moved on to organization. But those 2 guys, Nieves and Tyler Vale, I think are going to have pretty good seasons for us this summer.
Well, did I catch a story on the news the other night? Something about the first time in your career you signed a guy via text.
It's funny how that's taken off, but this is my 20th year of signing players, and I think obviously a lot has changed with social media and everything that goes on there in the last 20 years. Heck, we didn't even have cell phones when I got started, but now it's quite a different world. And I made the phone call, touch base with the player, and everything was fine just to introduce myself. And Evansville said we have interest. And, I usually wait a couple days and call back. But in the meantime, he ended up texting me, asking some questions via text. And text went back and forth. And we actually agreed to terms via text message. So it was a first for me, but I'm sure it's a sign of time's coming. But it was interesting. And, it certainly was a first for me.
Andy McCauley, the manager of the Evansville Otters, joins us on the Menard Studio Hotline. It's Ford and O'Brien, ESPN Evansville 105.3 and online, ESPNEvansville.com. And you mentioned social media, and obviously in this day and age with there's always a story about some athlete tweeting something out, and then it goes all around the world in 30 seconds, and it maybe sometimes will bring kind of a bad light on the team. Do you guys have those discussions with your players about being mindful about what they put out there on social media? Is it a concern for you guys?
It is a concern. Just the day and age of something that you put out there is able to be viewed by how many millions of people in a matter of minutes. So it is a concern. I've never had a problem with it, but it certainly should be, it's something that we should all be wary of. And we do make, once the team is at its final roster, we certainly do make, a comment as far as that, just reminding guys that, you want to think before you send. So that will be something that will be addressed once we get down to the final roster.
Well, this season is a special one, not only for the Otters, but also for the facility you guys play at, as it is the 100th anniversary of Bossey Field. That will be the official birthday, I guess, will be on June 17th. As a manager and a guy who's been in this game for a long time, what does that mean to you to be a part of that tradition that has been around for 100 years?
It's amazing. It's an amazing feat and kind of humbling to be managing at Bossey Field, where 100 years ago on June 17th, there was guys running around and doing the same thing we're doing. And it is kind of humbling when you think about it, and all the players that have come through and played through Evansville. And I'm just honored to be a part of it. But it is going to be a special night. I know they got festivities and celebrations planned all year, so it's going to be something that's really a remarkable thing to be able to be playing on this field. And also my bench coach, Boots Day, this is his 50th year. So we have quite a few years logged there at Bossey Field for this summer. So come on out and see a beautiful field and talk to Boots Day. You'll be witnessing 150 years of baseball.
Well, you've seen a lot of ballparks in your day, and we're not going to sit here and pretend like Bossey Field's the prettiest girl at the prom by any means, but certainly it's got that character to it, having been around for 100 years. What sets it apart from some of these other ballparks you've seen and played in?
Well, I mean, for older guys like me, it's a true ballpark. It's got the grass and it's got dirt and it's got grandstands and a covered thing. So it more speaks to the tradition and the history of baseball, which speaks to the older guys, and it really does resonate with the younger guys. You'll see a team get off the bus and walk through the gates, and they all have their phones out, videoing it as they're walking into Bossey Field. So it is something that speaks to the baseball fan about the baseball history and being able to play on a field that has stood the test of time and been around for so long. But there are flashier ballparks, but they've all gone to that turf, and it's all turf batters. There's not a speck of dirt on the field entirely, and it just doesn't have the true baseball feel. So I think it speaks to baseball players as well as baseball fans, just the history and the tradition of baseball, and for it to be around for 100 years and we're still playing professional baseball on it 100 years later really is like I said, a humbling experience.
Well, you bring up the name Boots Day. That's a big name around here for a long time. If you get him going on stories about Bossey Field, you probably don't have any time to do anything else, do you?
No, that's not just Bossey Field. That's a number of baseball stories. But, Blair, he's been around, and I'll tell you, there's no better baseball guy than Boots Day. And he's known in every circle from the big leagues all the way down to independent. Everybody knows Booter, and he does a great job for me.
That's Evansville Otters manager Andy McCauley getting ready for their annual Jacobs Village exhibition game tonight against the Southern Illinois Miners. First pitch scheduled for 6:35. Tickets are still available and will be available at the gate there at Bossey Field. Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to talk again on a more regular basis once the season gets underway.
I certainly hope so. Certainly hope so, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate the time. Thank you.